So I wanted to go over 8 books that changed my life today, and just a quick um, honorable mention. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts that says "Home is where the Wi-Fi is," because it certainly is. So the books that I want to share with you guys today, they are 8 books that really did change my life. These are my books that really stand out and really changed the way I thought, or I think. They are, some of them are part of my favorites, but just because they changed my life, doesn't mean that I don't have other favorites and other nonfiction and fiction books. But these just really stand out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first one I wanted to go over is number 1 is obviously Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone, number 1, J.K. Rowling. I remember I won it on a raffle at school. Like, when we behaved well, our teacher would put our name in a little jar. So at the end of the year, if you had more of your name in the jar, then you'd be more likely to sorry, I have my computer here. You'd be more likely to win something. So at the end of the year, I won a book, and it was Harry Potter, and I had it for like a year, and I took about a year. I would start it, and this was like in 4th grade. I would start it, and then I would never finish it. I started it again because I forgot what it was about. And then it took me about a year to finish it, but once I did finish the book, it was like, after that, I was reading like a book a day, and I would go to the library all the time. So the reason it changed my life is because it made me start reading. It was my first chapter book that I finished by myself, and yeah, ever since then I've loved to read. The next one was in college. I don't remember what I was doing. I was just walking in the library at college, at university, UCLA, and I don't even know what book I was looking for, but I found this random book. It's called Public Health Behind Bars by Robert Grayfinger. It was, I couldn't believe it. It was my favorite book for a long time. It's like a bunch of essays, one of those textbooks kind of books, and I really enjoyed it. It just kind of opened up my mind towards how the health in the incarcerated population affects all of us in the community, and it kind of opened an interest in mass incarceration. I did take a class at the university about mass incarceration and the history of it, and yeah, then that kind of, it was kind of like a gateway to other books. So I read a few of Angela Davis's books. Okay, so number 3 is The Price of Inequality by Joseph E. Stiglitz. So that book kind of helped, that book made me become aware that most of the time the people that we attack are often the most vulnerable, and the ones that aren't really the core of the problem. And yes, even for whatever reason, if you commit some kind of fraud or crime, you should face the consequences of your actions, but the consequences should correlate the actions. So, frauding someone for $300, you don't go to jail for 5 years. If you, commit fraud for millions and millions of dollars, then you should obviously face greater consequences. And that kind of helped me with understanding, today's society. The 4th book that was really influential was this one, Mad Cowboy by Howard F. Lyman. He used to raise cows. I don't know, I forget what they call them. But He turned vegetarian after a while. I think he's vegan now, but he went on the Oprah show and he was sued by the dairy industry because Oprah said something about not eating a hamburger for the rest of her life. And I saw him in Cowspiracy. I decided to read his books, and it's actually one of the books that made me become vegetarian. Now, beforehand, I had read other books like The Omnivore's Dilemma, and soon after this one, the Mad Cowboy one, I did read The Starch Solution, but it changed the way I ate. And yeah, that's pretty drastic. So that's one of my favorite books. Going along with that, the next one is How Not to Die by Michael Greger. He's the one that influenced me to cut out dairy and eggs and cheese and stuff like that. Cheese, which is dairy. He just backs up, he just uses science and facts and studies that prove what the most nutritious, healthiest diet is. And yeah, so he's very influential. He has a YouTube channel and an app, so I'll go ahead and link it up here. The little card, when you click on it, it just kind of adds it to your playlist. It doesn't kick you out of the video like it, some links do. So that's what I like about those little links. So I'll go ahead and link that. And I don't know what number I'm on anymore. But the next one in is The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley. He goes into the habits of millionaires, and that really helped me in my financial planning and my financial decisions. And yeah, he is referenced a lot by Dave Ramsey. And going right into it, another book that really influenced me was Dave Ramsey, Total Money Makeover. It's a very simple, clear-cut plan to become financially independent. So I actually read Total Money Makeover first, and then since he referenced Thomas J. Stanley, I read that book as well, The Millionaire Next Door. And so that kind of changed the way I thought about finances. You never really taught those things in school. So those two books really influenced me. And the last one that I want to mention is The Millionaire Teacher, The 9 Rules of Wealth You Should Have Learned in School by Andrew Hallam. Total Money Makeover is more to get out of debt, and well, it tells you, what the next steps are. But after getting out of debt, this book is really helpful by Mr. Hallam, because it's very simple and straightforward in showing you how you can invest towards retirement. And he references a few other books that I'm thinking about reading as well. But yeah, those are the influential books that have changed my life. I wanted to go ahead and share these books with you because I feel like these books are really good, and go check them out at the libraries and read them and enjoy them. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.